Welcome to Bowling Green, Ohio's Wood County Fairgrounds. Tonight we're featuring the 10,000-pound Pro Stock tractor.
NTPA, where man makes the thunder and the machine creates the lightning. Power Pack Motorsports brings you NTPA Championship Bowling action on wheel power. Up next, it's NTPA Power Unlimited.
Welcome to the Wood County Fairgrounds in Bowling Green, Ohio. It's the 36th annual National Outdoor Truck and Tractor Pulling Championships. Tonight, we have got 40 of the top running super stocks in the country. When the class is all said and done, there is not a competitor that does not want to be right here by where I'm standing right now at the leaderboard. All right, the first one out of the gate here tonight, the tractor out of Greensburg, Indiana, the Rolling Stone John Deere, the 4020 of Paul Stone. Paul and his brother Tim both take turns campaigning this Pro Stock tractor out of Greenburgh, Indiana, the 4020 Deere on the 466 cubic inch block, single charger setup, cranking out just about 1,500 horsepower. The Rolling Stone, Paul Stone coming to the line. and 4, 280 and 4. So Paul Stone, the Rolling Stone, the 4020 Deere, makes his pass. Tim Kane, the Red Gambler out of New Palestine, Indiana, the International 1066. Stock block on the 466 cubic inch block. Now putting out well over 650 cubic inches here in the Pro Stock division and cranking out just about 1,500 horsepower. Tim Kane, the Red Gambler, starting to build the heat. Slowly, the RPMs will go up. Slipper clutches will start to engage. The 24.5s are spinning. And the Red Gambler, Tim Kane, heading for 300 foot. And he takes the lead with 293 and 2. 293 and 2 for Tim Kane, the Red Gambler. And coming up to the next, another one of the green machines out of the Midwest, the tough running tractor out of Warsaw, Ohio, the Dust Till Dawn of Monty McCoy. Monty gonna try right-hand side of center. He's gonna see if he can build a new road or at least get one started to try to get out beyond that 300 foot mark and take the lead here in the 10,000 pound Pro Stock class. Monty McCoy has the green light, the green flag. The Dust Till Dawn, Warsaw, Ohio, Monty McCoy. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, your new leader, Monty McCoy, the Dust Till Dawn. Monty, this is the first time I've seen you in this position. You just took the lead better than 300 foot. Did you see something on the right-hand side of the track here tonight?
Yeah, we kind of like the right-hand track a little bit better. I thought the left was a little soft. I thought we could get a hold of the right just a little bit better, so that's what we shot for.
Well, I tell you what, it was good enough because you're in the lead right here early on in the class.
Thank you very much. I don't know if it'll hold, but I hope it does.
And coming up next, one of the toughest running Pro Stocks in the country, the Green Streak out of Washington, Indiana. Mike Boyd doing the driving here this afternoon. The John Deere 4455 one charger setup on the 466. I should say what was once a 466 cubic inch block. The Green Streak now sporting upwards of 680 cubic inches, the maximum cubic inch in the Pro Stock division. Mike Boyd has the green light, the green flag flying over the 300 foot track. $293 and 9, 293 and 9 for Mike Boyd. Carl Smith The Night Moves Case Magnum backing up to the sled. He too looking at that Chevrolet scoreboard, reading out 3:06 and 6. The John Deere, the Dust Till Dawn, Monty McCoy still setting out in the lead here. Carl knows how to put that tractor into the winner's circle, a past champion here at Bowling Green, Ohio's Wood County Fairgrounds. As the green light, green flag, RPMs will come up, smoke will go, white to gray to black. Slipper clutches start to engage, the 24.5s will start to spin, and the Night Moves, Carl Smith, Greenfield, Indiana. Boy, Carl, you just took the lead, 3:07 and 2. That run had to feel great.
I'd say I was pleased with the run, and I just didn't get hooked off the line quick as I would have liked to have done, but I'm happy with my ride.
It just goes to show you, you don't necessarily need it down at the starting line. It's what's down here past 300 foot that counts, and the Night Moves had it here tonight to take the lead. Up to the sled next out of Crothersville, Indiana, the Nightlife John Deere of Scott Tippett. Scott and the Nightlife tractor, always a tough run in pro stock wherever their travels take them. Crothersville, Indiana's Nightlife, Scott Tippett. The measurement, 294 and 5, 294 and 5 for Scott Tippett. And packing up to the Ironman sled next. Boy, a new look here in the Pro Stockers tonight at Bowling Green. And Alice Chalmers, the Alice Chalmers D21 of Gary Carlin out of Minerva, Ohio, called the Aftermath. 426 cubic inch block is what this tractor was born with. You don't see many of them in the Pro Stock ranks, more into the Super Stock division. They're bigger brothers. But he is out here tonight, Gary Carlin out of Minerva, Ohio, and the Aftermath Alice. A nice pass for Gary Carlin. 279 feet even. 279 even for Gary Carlin. Carl Smith still setting out of the lead at 3:07 and 2 with the Night Moves. International out of Greenfield, Indiana. Speaking of red, coming up to the line next, part of the Miller pulling team out of the state of Iowa, Lamont, Iowa's Red Mule of Jason Miller. Well, he's looking forward to the finals here in a straight and narrow run to get into the championship round here today. Lamont, Iowa's Red Mule of Jason Miller. Coming up next out of North Branch, Michigan, Tom Harmon and his International 1066. Tom campaigning not one, but two of the high-powered pulling vehicles here tonight. He will be back a little bit later on in the class. Actually, a nice draw for the fellow out of North Branch. Currently the leader of the 10,000-pound Pro Stock class on his other tractor. Building the heat, the veteran driver out of Michigan, Tom Harmon. Well, you know what, pulling fans, it's not Tom Harmon, it's Pat Genuine, the hired gun here. Pat, I'll tell you what, you aren't quite guaranteed a spot, but you're currently in the number 2 spot with a 3:08 and 1.
We'll take it. It's about the only first straight pass we've had all year. It's really been giving us a lot of problems. Did a lot of rear end work, and I think we might have it straightened out.
Pulling fans, we're just halfway through this big class here tonight, and we'll be right back with more pulling action. and welcome back. We're in Bowling Green, Ohio's Wood County Fairgrounds. And coming up next, another tough running pro stock out of the Hoosier state of Indiana, the Tinker Toy of Dennis Miller. Dennis, too, a hired gun out here, helping to drive the Masterson Farm sponsored machine. Dennis Miller and the Tinker Toy. Hey, Dennis Miller, a full pull. You're in the big show here tonight with the John Deere.
Thank you. I didn't know if I was going to get it out. I had to hit the brake pretty hard coming down through there.
But it paid off.
Yeah.
Well, he's looking forward to the finals here in a straight and narrow run to get into the championship round here today. Dennis Miller and the Tinker Toy. Kevin Schmucker coming up next out of Louisville, Ohio. The Rampage, the John Deere 4430. Single charger setup out of this veteran driver's tractor. It's called Rampage, the John Deere of Kevin Schmucker. The measurement on Kevin Schmucker just a tad short of the full pull mark. 298 feet even. 298 even for the Rampage. And coming up next here at the Wood County Fairgrounds out of Sullivan, Indiana, the tractor called the Buck Eater, the 4955 John Deere of Mickey Shorter. Mickey still looking at that mark set out there in front of 310 feet. That's the magic mark to get into the big show here tonight. 310 is where it's at right now to guarantee yourself a shot at the big money here at Bowling Green. Green light, the green flag, the Buck Eater, Mickey Shorter. Measurement on Mickey, 288.2 for the Buck Eater. And coming up to the line next, the defending national champion in the 10,000-pound pro stockers, the Linder brothers out of Edison, Ohio, Mike Linder. Mike gonna come up short of the big show here tonight. 295-1, 295-1 for the defending champion in the Pro Stock division. The dreaded Red International, Marty Nelson. The new kid on the block with the dreaded red, the International 3688. This young man's been on a tear part of the summer this year. Would like nothing more than to win it all here tonight in Bowling Green. The dreaded Red International, Marty Nelson. Marty just a little bit short, 301 and 2, not enough to get him into the big show here tonight. 301 and 2. As he comes to the line out of Washington, Indiana, the Green Street 2 of the Boyd family. The patriarch of the family, Steve, doing the driving here tonight. Washington, Indiana's Green Street 2, the 8410 Series John Deere. Again, starting out with a 466 cubic inch block, putting out almost 680 cubic inches, the Green Street 2. Steve, I'll tell you what, it's going to be close. I don't know if you're going to get into pull-off or not. There's some good tractors out here tonight.
I say the Red Ones have really stepped up there. You know, really that's a good deal. We need them in there, but the Red Ones have really stepped up, and it's kind of hard to stay with them.
Boy, I'll tell you what, for a John Deere driver to say that, there's something to it. The red ones are going to be tough to beat here tonight. Speaking of red tractors, coming up next, the Cruisin' Mule out of Dubuque, Iowa, Bill Miller. The Miller family having some success here today at Bowling Green, Ohio. Right now, son Jason and the Red Mule is out in the lead with the only 310-foot full pull here so far in this class. Bill Miller, the Cruisin' Mule out of Dubuque, Iowa. The measurement, Bill Miller, 304-1, 304-1 for the Cruisin' Mule. Kevin Masterson coming up next out of Grandview, Indiana, and the River Rat. Tough running pro stocker for many, many years, the John Deere 6030. This tractor, the Mastersons used to farm with it, and at one time it had a full cab on it. It is now the pro stocker. Past national champion Kevin Masterson and the River Rat. River Rat, Kevin Masterson, 298-1, 298-1 for the John Deere out of Indiana. And being motioned forward right now, the Out for Justice John Deere 4010 of the Parker brothers. Jeff doing the driving here today out of Martinsville, Ohio. Jeff has the green light, the green flag, the Out for Justice John Deere. $296-1. Well, Jeff, not going to be enough to get into the big show, but a nice pass for the Parker brother team out of Martinsville, Ohio, Jeff Parker. The final competitor here tonight before the pull-off, Scott Rawlings out of Armada, Michigan, and the Wife's Nightmare. Can get it into the winner's circle here tonight. The tractor out of Armada, Michigan, Scott Rawlings. Rawlings, a rough ride there with the Wife's Nightmare. Not the pass he wanted here tonight, but we'll be right back with the pull-off, the finals of the 10,000-pound Pro Stock. Welcome back to Bowling Green, Ohio. It's pull-off time here in the 10,000-pound Pro Stock. First one out of the gate tonight, Jason Miller. And the tractor out of Lamont, Iowa, the Red Mule International. Jason was the only tractor that pulled it out a full 310 foot to guarantee himself a spot into the big show here tonight. And Jason Miller has the green light and the green flag. It's pull-off time. Like you're setting it about 300 foot here in the pull-off. You think it's going to hold up?
Well, I'd like to think so, but we'll just see how things go.
Nice run, though, tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The young man looking at 297-4, 297-4, and we will see if it'll hold up to the tractors yet to come. And coming up next, the hired gun out here tonight, Pat Genuine out of North Branch, Michigan. Pat Genuine doing a lot of the driving on the two-tractor team this year. His boss broke his tractor, not able to make it into the big show, but Pat's hoping for big things here tonight in Bowling Green. Guaranteed at least a spot in the top three, the young man out of North Branch, Michigan, Pat Genuine. The measurement on Pat Genuine, 310-9. Genuine to take the lead in the 10,000-pound pro stock class tonight. I tell you what, Pat Genuine, I know you are one of the happiest individuals in Bowling Green, Ohio tonight.
Well, I'm as happy as that guy standing next to that girl that's popping her top.
That's what it's all about in Bowling Green. The smiles in the stands and the smiles on the track. And the only green machine in the finals here tonight at Bowling Green, Ohio's Wood County Fairgrounds in the 10,000-pound pro stockers, Dennis Miller, Chandler, Indiana, and the Tinker Toy, another one of the hired guns driving the Masterson's Tinker Toy here tonight. Dennis Miller, seen that full heat too, lining up over here on the right-hand side of the track. Knows what he has to do, and has to go out beyond 3:10 and 9 to win it all here at Bowling Green. Dennis Miller has the green light and the green flag, the Tinker Toy. He didn't do her. 305 and 2, 305 and 2. The winner's gonna be Pat Genuine, the tractor out of North Branch, Michigan. Boy, I tell you what, Pat Genuine, Tom Harmon puts you into the seat of the winning tractor here tonight. You've just got to be ecstatic with your run here at Bowling Green.
Ecstatic isn't the word. It's just numbing feeling to be at Bowling Green and take first. It's unexplainable.
You know, this is probably your first ever win down here. Have you ever competed here before?
No, I've never competed. Been down here with Tom lots of times, and just never been in this end of it.
Boy, I'll tell you what a storybook finish to the championship round here, the 10,000-pound pro stocks. First year ever of participating here, and the winner of the pro stock class here in the large field tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week with another exciting round of action from Bowling Green. Welcome to Bowling Green, Ohio's Wood County Fairgrounds. Tonight, it's the Monster, the Unlimited Modified.
Power Pack Motorsports brings you NTPA Championship Bowling action on wheel power. Up next, it's NTPA Power Unlimited.
Welcome to Bowling Green, Ohio's National Outdoor Truck and Tractor Pulling Championship. This marks the 36th year that we've invaded the Wood County Fairgrounds. I'll tell you what, it's time for the ground-pounding Unlimited Modified here tonight. And coming up first, a test puller out of the gate, it's Unlimited Modified Tractor Pulling action. Out of Litchfield, Kentucky, the Kodiak Special of David Richardson. 541 cubic inch piece black Hemi, cranking out better than 8,000 horsepower. Here tonight, Bowling Green, David Richardson and the Kodiak. David has the green light and the green flag, the Kodiak Special. Unlimited Modified Tractor Pulling action out of Litchfield, Kentucky, the Kodiak Special of David Richardson. And coming up next, you can hear the Allison Aircraft Engine-Powered Machine out of Taylorville, Illinois, of Tom Bollinger, the Top Gun. The Top Gun, powered by twin 1,710 cubic inch Allison V12s, cranking out better than 4,000 horsepower. The Bollinger family out of Taylorville, Illinois. The Top Gun, Tom Bollinger. The measurement on Tom Bollinger in the Top Gun, 277 and 4, 277 and 4 for the tractor out of Taylorville, Illinois. And Bill Lester out of Weldon, Illinois, the Dirt Slinger, backing up to the sled right now, the Iron Man out of Payton, Iowa, Vaughn Bauer. 8er wedge chassis with the 4 557 cubic inch Aries is powering this modified tractor out of the state of Illinois. Again, cranking out about 8,000 horsepower. Bill Lester and the Dirt Slinger. Tough break for Bill Lester. You saw the white chalk fly right there at about 225 foot. It will be scored a disqualification for the tractor out of Weldon, Illinois. What we were talking about with the disqualification of Bill Lester is this. The track, as always, in the sport of outdoor truck and tractor pulling is 300 foot long by a minimum of 30 foot wide. Now, each and every competitor that hooks a sled in the championship trail of pulling can place that sled anywhere they would like within the white lines that mark out the width of the track area. The problem with that is, just as you just saw with Bill Lester's Dirt Slinger, you touch the white line with the pulling vehicle. And I say that carefully, pulling vehicle, it's automatic disqualification. And that's just what you saw happen to Bill Lester. With one of them out the gate already with a full pull of 300 foot, that means David Richardson, the Kodiak. Steve Bollinger, the other half of the Bollinger pulling team out of Stonington, Illinois, comes up next. The Money Pit. Sporting 3 of the 1,710 cubic inch Allisons here for the Unlimiteds tonight on the Engler chassis. The Money Pit, Steve Bollinger out of Stonington, Illinois. $237 and 8, 237 and 8. What they're having problems with is the movable weight. They got a little bit out of control there. Steve didn't feel comfortable with it, so he backed out of the throttle, and it cost him very dearly here in the competition tonight. As he comes to the line out of Middlebury, Vermont, the General Stage 4 of Gardner Stone. Ford Lycoming T55 turbines powering this modified tractor. The name of the game in the sport of truck and tractor pulling is create the horsepower to the front. Okay, Gardner Stone has 12,000 horsepower. You want to transfer to the track. It has been measured on this tractor tire speed of upwards of 160 miles an hour, turned into 30.5s out here in the world of truck and tractor pulling. And we have liftoff! Well, he's in the big show with a pull of 310 foot, but breaking might get him here tonight at Bowling Green. Gardner, a great pass here with the General. What happened right there at the end?
Well, we've got a fire here in number 2 motor, and I don't know if we hurt the starter or what, but we got to go back in the pits and figure it out.
As he comes to the line, the tractor out of Farmington, Minnesota, the Arctic Power Generator Special, Brett Bird. 526 cubic inch blown Chevrolet, times 5 here in the Unlimited class tonight. Cranking out better than 2,000 horsepower apiece. Adds up to about 10,000 horsepower. A screaming Chevrolet here for the Brett Bird machine out of Farmington, Minnesota. Brett has the green light and the green flag. The Arctic Power Generator Special, Brett Berg. Brett Berg's pulled not quite enough to get into the big show here tonight as he come in at 289 and 2. 289 and 2. LD Nation out of Butler, Missouri, the Indian Outlaw. T62 turbine is in the support vehicle, actually, for a hydraulic pump that uses a starter motor. This particular modified powered by 3 T64s, so complete turbine power, whether it's the starter motor or the turbines powering this modified tractor out of Butler, Missouri, the Indian Outlaw. LD Nation bringing the Outlaw to life. LD, you come up 1.2 foot short here tonight. 298 and 8 to get into the big show, but a nice run.
Yeah, well, I kind of got to going over to the right and then to the left, then I got back to the left again. It's kind of rough ride there tonight for me.
Boy, you know what, though? I noticed it looked like the Firestones hooked up very well for you tonight, though.
Yeah, they did a good job. I just, it just didn't want to go straight with me.
Well, and that's part of tractor pulling, as you heard me talk about a little while ago. You got to keep it within the white lines that mark out the width of the track area. LD had to use the brakes to steer it, and it cost him here tonight in the competition. We're just halfway through this big class here tonight, and we'll be right back with more pulling action. Before we go back to pulling action, we had a chance earlier today to talk to one of the competitors in this division. I've got right here a family out of Bonnie, Illinois, the Martins. And actually, I've got Rodney Martin. His brother Tom also campaigns in the modified tractor. And we've got the grandson now, or the third generation, Jacob. Rodney, what kind of brought you guys into the sport?
Well, we grew up on a farm, so at that time when we first got involved in the sport, it was more closely related to the farm. And since then, it's evolved to a sport that's not so much associated with agriculture.
As you can see, Jacob wants to get into the act here also, and that's what it's all about. Actually, I bet when this young man gets a little older, you will not only see him polishing, wiping down the tractor, helping out with the mechanics of the thing, but you'll probably eventually see him in about, 16 years, I would venture a guess, in the seat of a modified tractor. You know, we talked about third generation, and Clifford, I tell you what, you got to be proud of the boys. Yeah, I was talking to you a little bit earlier on. You grew up on a farm. What kind of brought you into the sport of truck and tractor pulling?
Well, it's just something that growed with the farm. And then at one point in time, the boys wanted to get into tractor pulling per se. So we started out in 1987 with a 180 Allis-Chalmers at state level pulling. And from that point, we moved up to Pro National on into the Grand National and started the Unlimited in 1994. And we've been very happy with that.
And you know, I'll tell you what, pulling fans, these guys are national champions. They're right in the thick of things this year. But the bottom line to this whole thing is the family. That's where it started. That's the basis, and it all seems to start on the farm. Tractor pulling at its best. And back it up to the sled next. A tractor out of Holland, Michigan. The bright yellow one. The bad habit of Steve Klingenberg. Brand new setup for the pulling season for Steve. Actually, Bowling Green, I believe, was the first time that he had a chance to try the new chassis setup. Actually ended up moving his motors farther out onto the front to afford him some more movable weight. 526 cubic inch Merlins times 5, better than 10,000 horsepower. Steve Klingenberg, the bad habit. Steve Klingenberg, I just noticed something. You went back to the old tires. What happened?
We walked out here and the track looked a little bit better. I know what these tires will do, and it worked what I wanted to do tonight for this track.
So you had planned this then?
I didn't plan it until the last minute, to be honest with you.
Well, that's one thing about the sport of truck and tractor pulling. You have to remain flexible, and you just saw it right here tonight with the bad habit of Steve Klingenberg. And coming up to the sled next, another one of the turbine-powered machines out of Hudsonville, Michigan, Dave Snyder, and the legend pulls on. 2 T64 GE turbines on this modified tractor, cranking out better than 6,000 horsepower. Dave also has the T62 turbine on top, in order to start the hydraulic system that actually starts the turbine spinning. The legend holds on, Dave Snyder. The measurement on Dave Snyder, 281.7 for the tractor from Michigan. And coming to the line next, a brand new tractor out of Argus, Indiana, the American Thunder of Bill Boris. 526 cubic inch blown Chevrolet Aries combination out here. And I'll tell you what, he's cranking out a bunch of horsepower here at Bowling Green. Chasing that mark that out there, that Gardner Stone, the General State 4, set out in front at better than 318 foot. Bill Boris, the American Thunder, ready for his run here tonight in Bowling Green. Bill Boris pulled better than 317 feet to get into the big show here tonight. Bill, I know what you're doing right now. You lost your valve stem there. You made it into the big show, a full pull. You got to feel good with the brand new tractor.
I feel great. I just got to get me a valve stem in here and we'll be going. So.
He's got some work to do, but he's in the big show. Bill Boris and the American Thunder tractor. Coming to the line next out of Camden, Ohio, the multi-chaos modified of Randy Petro. 557 cubic inch Aries powering this modified tractor out of the Buckeye State of Ohio of Randy Petro. .301.6 for Randy Petro and the multi-chaos. Randy Petro, I'll tell you what, it wasn't out beyond 310. You think you got enough to get into the big show?
I don't know. There's a lot of good tractors out there, and it just didn't seem like I hooked anything. I must not have had the right setup on my tires or something.
And coming to the line next, out of North Collins, New York, Joe Ader and the Ader Chassis Modified. Joe, a veteran puller out of the state of New York, also does some farming and also builds many of the chassis that you see in the modified tractor ranks today up at his farm and shop in North Collins, New York. Joe Ader. $296.9 for Joe Ader. Defending national champion coming up next out of Bonnie, Illinois, the Martin Brothers Special. Brother Tom doing the driving out here tonight. Rodney also a big part of this pulling program, as well as their dad Cliff. I'm Martin, the Martin Brothers Special. Martin family involved in the plumbing business back in Bonnie, Illinois. The boys come in from the, actually started out with the Super Stocks, then they went into the Twin Super Stocks. They both ran D21s for several years, and then they decided to get into the modified tractor rank. Tom Martin, green light and the green flag. He made it into the big show. We've got 3 of them out beyond 310 foot. Tom Martin, the Martin Brothers Special. The final competitor here tonight in the Unlimited Mods out of Golden Gate, Illinois, Wayne Bunnish, the Takes a Lifkin' and Keep on Tickin' modified. 2 blown Chevrolets and 2 Wedge Arises powering this modified tractor out of Golden Gate, Illinois. On the Engler chassis, Wayne Bunnish, a farmer by trade but puller at heart, farms about 3,500 acres of ground and also raises beef at his farm in Golden Gate, Illinois. You got to put the power to the ground, and every time those 30.5s bounce out of that clay track, that is not momentum going forward. 2, 4, 7, and 8 for the Take a Lickin' and Keep on Tickin' modified out of Illinois. And we'll be right back for the pull-off in the Unlimited Mods here tonight. Welcome back to the pull-off of the Unlimited Modifieds here tonight at Bowling Green. Looks like Gardner Stone got the braking fixed on the General Stage 4. He knows what he has to do. He's got 2 of the piston tractors coming up behind him, 2 of the strongest tractors in the country, right here tonight in the finals of the Unlimited Modifieds. Gardner has been there, done that many times in his years as a puller. General Stage 4 has the green light and the green flag. Measurement 298 and 8. 298 and 8 for the General Stage 4. So coming up to the line next, the American Thunder, Bill Boris. It's piston power versus turbine power in the finals tonight. Gardner Stone setting out in the lead right now with the turbine at 298 and 8. Bill Boris has been there many times, either in the smoker tractors or the modifieds. Knows what he has to do to win it all here tonight at Bowling Green. Not only the prestige, but as well as bragging rights here in the pit area. That's what the pullers are looking for. Quite get there. 296 and 9. 296 and 9 for Bill Boris and the American Thunder tractor. Here he comes out of the darkness of the staging area, the final competitor on a long night of pulling here at Bowling Green on the twin tracks. The defending national champion, looking at that Chevrolet scoreboard, read 298 and 8. He knows Gardner Stone, the turbine motor, sitting out in front right now. Tom Martin, the Martin Brothers Special out of Bonnie, Illinois, is going to line it up dead center on the 300-foot track here in the south end of the infield at the Wood County Fairgrounds. Knows what he has to do, and that's go out beyond 298 and 8. That's the magic mark to win it all here. The finals of the Unlimited Modifieds. Tom Martin, you come up 2/10 short of winning the class here tonight.
Well, it's pretty disappointing, ain't it? We're tickled to death, though. We're at Bowling Green. You can get second place at Bowling Green. You've done well. We're in the hunt. We're right there. They better watch out tomorrow.
I'm standing here in the winner's circle with Gardner Stone, the General Stage 4 out of Middlebury, Vermont. Gardner, 2/10 of a foot separated first and second place here tonight in the Unlimited Modifieds.
That's too close for comfort. Boy, I'll tell you what, that's some nerve-wracking. But these guys, all of them are good competitors. And any particular night, you could have 4 or 5 different people in the hunt to win.
And that's right. Different tracks, different towns, different atmosphere. You never ever know in the sport of truck and tractor pulling.
No, and it's a lot the luck of the draw. I mean, there's a lot of variables in this sport, and we got lucky tonight.
Well, you know what? He's won it before. He won it here again tonight in Bowling Green. But tomorrow's another day in the sport of truck and tractor pulling. Gardner Stone, the winner here tonight in the Unlimited Mod. And we'll be back next week with another exciting show from Bowling Green.